The topic for today is rice. Rice is the most important staple food crop of India. The scientific name of rice is Oryza sativa. It accounts for one-third production of food grains in the country. India is the second largest producer of rice in the world after China. The highest concentration of rice is in northeastern and southern parts of the country. Rice is a kharif crop in North India. In the south, it can be grown throughout the year if irrigation is available. Climatic conditions. Temperature. It grows best in warm and humid areas. The range of temperature required is 16 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius. Temperature beyond 35 degrees Celsius affects grain retention and grain filling. The amount of rainfall required is between 150 centimeters to 300 centimeters. During the earlier phase of its growth, it requires 5 to 10 centimeters of standing water. Therefore, the monsoon lands are best suited for rice production as heavy irrigation is required. Standing water protects the plants from pests which cannot survive underwater. The rice crop in India can be grouped into two categories. Upland rice. This type of rice is grown on mountains. Upland rice is sown in March and April and harvested in September and October. This type of rice cultivation depends on the distribution of rainfall only. The entire crop is used locally. Lowland rice. Lowland rice is grown on low-lying regions. It is sown in June and harvested in October. This type of rice requires plenty of water. The produce is used for local consumption as well as supplied to other regions. Soil. Deep fertile clay or loamy soils are well suited for rice cultivation. Rice thrives in the alluvial soils along the river banks. The soil should be able to retain standing water in the field. Therefore, alluvial soil with the subsoil of impervious clay is ideal. Methods of cultivation. In India, rice is cultivated by two methods. The dry method. This is mainly confined to areas which depend on rains. In this method, the seeds are sown with the help of drills in heavy rainfall areas and scattered with hands in areas of moderate rainfall. The puddled or wet method of cultivation is practiced in areas which have assured and adequate means of irrigation. In this method, the land is plowed thoroughly and filled with 3 to 5 centimeters of standing water in the field. This water is maintained in the field up to a depth of 2 to 3 centimeters till the seedlings are well established. The steps followed for cultivating rice are sowing of seeds, transplanting, harvesting, and processing. Sowing of seeds. Is sown in India in the following ways. Broadcasting method. This method is prevalent in those regions where labor is scarce and soil is infertile. The seeds are scattered all over the field after plowing it. This is done before the onset of monsoon. Second method is dibbling method. A dibble is an implement for making holes in the ground for seeds or plants. The dibbling method refers to sowing of seeds at regular intervals in the furrows by hand. The third method is the drilling method. This method is followed in the peninsular India. In this method, seeds are sown in the furrows with the help of a drill, normally made of bamboo. The main advantage of this method is that the seeds fall in the furrows in a systematic way. Therefore, the germination rate of these seeds is high and wastage of seeds is minimal. Transplanting method is thick and floodplain regions and requires abundance of labor. Here seedlings are first sown in nurseries and after 4 to 5 weeks when saplings attain 25 to 30 centimeters of height, they are transplanted into prepared rice fields in groups of 4 to 6 at a distance of 30 to 45 centimeters. In the beginning, the field is flooded with a 2 to 3 centimeter deep water, and eventually the level of water is increased to 4 to 6 centimeters till the crop matures. Advantages of transplanting method. Only the healthy plants are picked for resowing in the field. Second advantage, weeds are removed while resowing. There is less wastage of seeds as compared to broadcasting method. This method gives higher yield. Japanese method. This method is an improved form of transplantation method introduced in 1953 and has gained wide popularity in recent years. In this method, high-yielding varieties of seeds called japonica are used. It includes the following practices. The seedlings are prepared in the nurseries. The rows of plants are fixed at a distance of 25 centimeters. Similarly, the distance between the plants is about 15 centimeters. It is easy for the farmers to give proper care to the plants by weeding them. Manure is used extensively. The japonica seeds give a higher yield in this method. Harvesting and processing. The fields are drained dry just before the crop is harvested. The traditional cutting of the stalk is simple. A sickle is used for this purpose. It is labor intensive as each stalk is hand reaped. Each stem is cut about 60 centimeters below the grain to facilitate threshing. The moisture content of the crop is reduced by drying the stalks in the sun. Threshing. Threshing is done by beating the sheaves against the wooden bars. The grains are separated from the stalks. Threshing is done in the rice fields in order to minimize the cost of transportation. Winnowing. It is the process of removing the unwanted husk from the grains. It involves pouring the grains from a height on a windy day when the grains fall to the ground and the chaff is blown aside. Milling. Milling is done to remove the yellowish husk from the grains. Traditionally, the villagers used to hit the grain in a wooden mortar with a heavy pestle. This resulted in a high percentage of broken rice. Modern milling is done by machines. Such polished rice has a glossy texture but lacks nutrition as much of its vitamins are lost due to excessive rubbing. After this, the polished rice is graded and sorted in sacks. Traditional method of removing the outer husk is by parboiling the grains and then drying them before removing the outer cover. Parboiling means partially boiling them. Distribution. India is the second largest producer of rice in the world. West Bengal, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu are the leading producers of rice in the country. West Bengal. Rice is the leading crop of West Bengal, occupying about 3/4 of its cropped area. In West Bengal, farmers grow three crops of rice called As, Aman, and Boro. Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh has the largest area under rice cultivation. Rice is an important crop in the eastern regions of the state. Basti and Gorakhpur are some of the leading rice producing districts. In Andhra Pradesh, West Godavari, Krishna, East Godavari are some important districts of Andhra Pradesh where rice is grown. Punjab. Rice cultivation in the irrigated areas of Punjab was introduced in 1970s following the Green Revolution. Here, 97% of the rice area is irrigated, and due to higher input of high-yielding variety seeds, fertilizers, mechanization and finance, per hectare yield is the highest. Amritsar and Faridkot are the main rice producing areas in Punjab. The bulk of rice grown here is exported. Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is an important rice producing state. South Arcot and North Arcot are some of the important rice producing districts.